Hey guys and girls, how you doing? Hope everybody's doing well. I just wanted to chime in with a short-ish video about your guitar amps. So if you have an amp that you've been using and you find it a little blah sounding, you can't really dial in those mids or maybe those frequencies that really cut through. Instead of getting rid of the amp and maybe spending hundreds or thousands of dollars for a newer amp, maybe this will work for you. Let me move this. There you go. An old Boss equalizer GE-7 pedal. I've been noticing a lot of really good guitar players on YouTube and just online in general, and in some interviews and stuff when they talk about their gear, have this thing on their pedal board. It's kind of like an underrated kind of secret weapon that they kind of use to just give that little bit of extra oomph to their sound that maybe they're looking for. So I thought, you know what, maybe I should get one. Anyway, so I'm just using, for practicing, I just use my little Fender Rumble. Yes, I know it's a bass amp, but if you've seen my videos in the past, I've ported the cab and I've installed a Jensen guitar speaker in it. And it makes for a great guitar speaker or a small little practice guitar cab. And usually my settings are as follows. Like I usually have the bass 3/4 of the way, treble 3/4 of the way, bass 3/4 of the way, mid 3/4 of the way, treble just past half, and the volume, well, depending on how loud I want to get. So, but that gives me kind of this sound, and I usually always run my little Sans amp pedal. So again, you can see the blonde amp is on, and I usually have the highs right about the middle, right around the middle, and the mids just past 12, and the lows just past 12. And again, the drive is a little past 3/4 of the way. That's usually how I have it set. I find it sounds the best, and I have the delay on. So just to show you what it sounds like straight through. So the tone I would get would be this. So just a little bit of breakup, and kind of that's, I don't know, although I have the mids kind of cranked, or I still find the sound is a little scooped in the mid range. And that could be due to the fact that this amp over there is really more of a bass amp. But by taking this EQ pedal, and just, if you notice, just boosting the mids a little bit, check out the difference. And I set it, I dropped the volume on the EQ pedal so that it wouldn't act as a boost, so that you guys would say like, oh, well, of course it's gonna sound better, where the volume's louder. So I actually dropped the volume, but I still have the EQ boosted in the mid range. So again, without the boost, or the EQ, I should say. So I'm not sure how it's coming through. This is just my cell phone as usual, but I don't know how it's coming through on your end. But you might be hearing it as actually louder, but it's really not. Here in the room, it's the same. It's just those mids are really cutting through, just a little bit, and it adds so much to this little Fender Rumble amp. So I'll do like a little well-known kind of solo thing in the lower keys and upper keys without it, and then I'll do the same with it just so you can see the difference. So here goes. And now with the pedal on, and even for just, if I take the Sans amp off, just for picking, you know, soft stuff like. I noticed a huge difference in the room. I don't know. Anyway, I thought maybe you know, I show you what this pedal could do, and that's just with, you know, that's just with a little Rumble amplifier. Like it's not like a $1,000 amp by any means, but I just, yeah, I noticed that a lot of people had this pedal on their board, and I thought maybe there's something to it. I remember years ago when I first started playing, I had only, you know, Boss pedals, and I had one of these, but I just used it as a booster. I had everything set flat, and then I would kind of just set the volume to be a little louder than my amp was, and then I'd step on it and it would act like a boost. But I never really took advantage of the EQ settings, because to be honest, I didn't really understand how it worked. And then I eventually just sold it because I thought it was overkill for a boost pedal, and then I bought an actual booster pedal, and so now I'm back to I guess my roots. But I find, yeah, you can scoop the mids, bring this down. You can boost the mids by bringing it up. You can increase the bass if you have a thin sounding speaker. You know, kind of give you some chime. The only issue with this pedal is, if you really want to take advantage of the EQ, and I don't know if you'll hear this, but it's loud. It's a noisy pedal. So see, if I increase the volume at all, like past the center position here, I don't know if you can hear that. I'm going to move the phone closer to the speaker of the amp, and I think you can hear that. So watch. And then if I start adding EQ, you hear that hiss? Like, it's ridiculously loud. So if you were going through a sound system and you were mic'd and you were like taking advantage of this EQ, like volume wise, you would, you know, and not that anybody would max this out anyway, but they are, that's the one complaint I hear, they are kind of loud and kind of hissy. So, so I just ordered this and it came in. I'm just going to change this here so I can kind of show you. So I just ordered this little kit. So this is from a company in the US called Fromel, and they make all kinds of amp mods and pedal mods. So this is a specific mod kit for the equalizer GE-7. So it comes with all these different replacement, I guess, I don't know what those are, capacitors, I guess. I don't know much about them. And then all these little, I guess they're kind of like preamp jobbies. So there's a bunch. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. And let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 upgraded kind of capacitors. And they say, if you go to the website, that this kit will dramatically change this pedal. Well, we're going to find out. I'm not going to install this. I don't have like a solder sucker and all the right tools kind of to do this job on a circuit board, like on this size circuit board. So I'm going to bring this to a friend of mine who works on guitar amps and builds his own pedals and stuff. And he's got to install this for me. So this will be, I don't know, it could be a couple weeks in the making, but for you, this video, I'm just going to pause it and come back and the pedal will be done. So anyway, just to give you an idea, this is Sunday, March 13th, and I'll give you the date when I come back, when this mod is all done. I wish I could show you the mod being done, but that's probably not going to be possible because I'm not going to do it. But anyway, so yeah, it just comes with you know, a couple stickers, and then you have your little mod sticker that mounts right to the top of the pedal after it's done. And it's supposed to cut down on the noise and to really bring out those specific guitar frequencies that you really want to cut through the mix. So anyway, kind of interested to see how that works out. So you know what, guys, thanks for you know, checking it out, and maybe it might be an option for you guys. If you kind of like your amp, but you just find it's not quite enough, this might be just a simple fix. And you can pick these up for like 75 bucks used, and they're all over the place, and they're not a super expensive pedal. However, they do seem to be going up in price. I've noticed since, and I don't know, maybe it's just a fluke, but since I've been seeing them more often on, like, you know, these popular guitar player guys, you know, that have these YouTube channels and that are studio musicians and stuff, and they talk about this pedal. I've noticed that they've kind of gone up in price, but I got mine, and it's like brand new. I got mine for like 100 bucks, and that's Canadian, so it's probably a lot cheaper for you guys there in the US. But anyway, so if you have one of these and you've been using it, and you know, if you've modded it, let me know. I'd be curious to see how you use it and what mods you've done to it. So I'll chime in when the mods are done, and like I said, it'll just be like a pause for you, but this will be actually 2 different videos, and I'll just blend them together. So you guys take care, and I'll be back later with the mods done. All right, ladies and gents, so the pedal is back, totally modded with the Fromel Mod Kit. It was like a couple of hours to try and figure out which capacitor and like went to where. The instructions aren't great, and there's 2 boards, like there's 2 versions of the circuit boards in here. Like there's the older version and the newer version, and I thought mine was the older version, but apparently it's a newer version. And but they don't identify on the instructions on the website which board is the old one and which is the new. They just kind of give you a list of the capacitors, and they circle which ones to change. But the values on the website, like when you download the instructions, are the values of the actual capacitors that are in the board. So then you have to kind of cross-reference which capacitors and little preamp modules from the new kit that you have to swap out I don't know, it seems like there's something missing in these instructions. But anyway, so my guy, he was able to, you know, figure it out and do it all up, and the pedal works great. So I just got it back. I got the little sticker on there that says Fromel Modification. So now it's official. It's a modded pedal. So let's get right into this. Let's see if this is how this works. So basically, I'm going through my Sans amp pedal, as you can see here. So guitar's going straight in, just like last time. It's coming out of the Sans amp into the EQ, out of the EQ into the little Fender Rumble amp, which is right there. So that's it. Nothing fancy, as all my videos, pretty straightforward. Not sure exactly where I had this phone last time, but I'm pretty sure I'm within the vicinity, like the ballpark. So my buddy, this is like a couple months later. I mean, for you guys, it was just, you know, a pause, but so my buddy was busy, and then there was like some COVID problems, and and then, you know, he had to work extra hours, and so he just kind of does this on the side. So and I was in a rush for it, so I just got it back, and I guess I better power this up. So I got a little iSpot adapter, or one spot, whatever you call those things. I'm going to plug that in. There we go. Oh, we have power. I guess you can see that light. All right, and again, I'll use the same guitar. I'm just going to use my Telecaster. Here it is there in the picture. I guess, well, you see part of it. All right, and again, like the first video, the amp is set 3/4 on bass, 3/4 of the way on the mids, and the treble is just straight up and down at 12 o'clock. And here's what the guitar sounds like. Absolutely dry, so let me just shut all this off. But the last video, I had the Sans amp on, like on the blonde amp engaged, so I'm going to engage that. As you can see, the lights are on. I'll add a little bit of slapback delay, and I'll put a little bit of reverb on, and so now this is what the sound is like without the pedal. So just a slight bit of breakup. All right. So before, this was really a loud pedal when it was engaged, like I showed you near the end. So let's see how much difference. So now the pedal is just flat. There's like zero noise. If I crank the volume, you can still hear a little bit of a hiss. I don't know if it's audible to you guys, but there's no more buzzing. That kind of low end buzzing is totally gone. And even with the EQ maxed out, which you'd never use, you can hear the hiss, but it kind of sounds like the ocean, kind of. If you ever lived next to a cottage, it's just a nice, well, not a nice, but it's just like a kind of a thicker hissing noise, but there's no buzzing whatsoever. And then when you set, you know, if you were to, I mean, that would be ridiculously loud. So yeah, this modification kit seems to have worked as far as, you know, interference and noise goes. So let's set it flat, and we'll see if it's pretty much true bypass when it's on. So here's the sound again, just of the pedal not engaged. I'm just going to lower the level of the delay. I find it a little loud here. Okay. And then engaged but flat. So that's, I don't know if you guys can hear that. The volume's a little bit lower with the pedal engaged, but that's probably just because to get like a balanced signal, I probably just need to push, you know, give it a little bit more juice there. much. Wow, it's very sensitive. So there we go. So it's just a slight little volume push to get it to, you know, to get it to unity gain. And that's about it. So we'll leave that there. And so let's see how these EQ work. So I'm going to set it like I did in the first part of the video with just boosting the mids. So I'll add a little bass here. Add just every second one I'll move up. Or is that how I had it? No, I guess I had it. I guess I had the mid up. And then I had the other ones kind of like this. Kind of like a little pyramid, I guess. So let's try that first. Just over the halfway mark. Boost the mid a little bit. We'll try that. All right, so here's the guitar stock again. Or, well, no EQ. And here's with the EQ. Holy smokes. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's that one heck of a difference. Let's just try one at a time. So this is of course flat. Let's crank the bass, see what happens here. Wow, that's a lot of extra bass. Let's try the middle one. Try this one. Middle. So that's the 800. So that's the one that can either get your tone very honky or just a nice clean, you know, kind of cut through mid. And so this mod kit is definitely toned down this range. Because you can hear the honk, but it's not annoying. It's kind of nice actually. So as I said in the first part of the video, if you have an amp that's kind of always scooped and you can't really get, like, especially the ones that don't have a mid control, and if you had a pedal like this, you could just boost this frequency and that would probably really add a lot to your amp, especially a tube amp, I'm guessing. These would probably work better with the tube amp than with just a little Fender Rumble. Let's try the 1.6K. Whoa, there's some honk. But again, nice and quiet, like the faders aren't making any noise. 3.2K. Ooh, that's bright. And 6.4K. So ooh, that's not bad. It's not like ear bleeding, rip your face off high. It's kind of very chimey. It's kind of nice. All right. So based on what I heard, for this amp, I would probably set the pedals something like this. Probably raise every second one. So bring that one up. Bring the mids up, make a little kind of up sweep. Just like that. Raise this one. So kind of do like a W, and we'll see how that works. So here's the, you know, without the EQ on. Here's with the pedal on. Oh my God! So with the EQ engaged, you obviously get a signal boost, so I would need to take this volume down to get unity gain. So let's see where that would need to be. So right about probably just below the... So look how much it brightens up this amplifier. Try this. That's definitely brighter. Holy smokes! I'd probably add maybe a little bit more bass. So maybe I'll slide the bass up a bit, just to give it more of a taper. Keep the mids where they are. Might be a little much, but again, I don't really know how to use this stuff properly. But just to show you the difference. So here again is stock. Or stock. Pedal off, I guess. And here it is with a little bit more bass. Oh, that's better. I like that. Let's try just very quickly with some high gain stuff. So the drive is set right in the middle, tone is set right in the middle, and the level is, well, I'm going to try and get unity gain here. Alright, about there, I guess. Guys. Alright, let's try it with the EQ. Didn't touch the setting. Oh yeah. go. All that crappy mid, you know, scoop mid is totally gone when you activate this pedal. That's awesome. Well, there you have it, guys. If you have an amp that you kind of like, but you find that your EQ settings are, you can't really dial it in, this could be the ticket. And this Fromel Mod Kit, wow, it's really nice. It's awesome. I don't understand why they don't just make these pedals with this Fromel Mod Kit was like 24 bucks. Like for upgraded capacitors and for upgraded, you know, little amp modules and stuff, why wouldn't you just spend the extra 24 bucks when you build these? I guess maybe, I think this pedal dates from 2007. So maybe back then they didn't have that quality of capacitor or something. I don't know. But I just find it weird that Boss, you know, a huge leader in, you know, pedal design, wouldn't design their pedal so that it's quiet and smooth, like right out of the box. Like, why would you have to buy a kit from a different company to make their pedal, their Boss pedal, better? Like, shouldn't they be the leaders in this stuff? And it would be good right out of the box? And maybe charge the extra 24 bucks if they really that hard up for cash? Like, I don't know, right? I just don't understand this stuff. You know, when you buy an amp, you shouldn't have to change anything on it. Like, it should be perfect. It should be the best of the best, I guess, right? For the price. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea how, you know, manufacturers think about their stuff and how they price their, but, you know, their things. But just like when you buy a cheap guitar, I understand that it's cheap, but everything should work. Like, right? The switches should be good on it. You know, the volume pot shouldn't be scratchy. The pickup should be balanced. The nut should be properly cut. I mean, right? Like the fret end shouldn't be sharp. Like, it's just, I don't understand why that even becomes an issue. Like, you know, that Boss pedal should have been just perfect the way it was. But, you know, it was okay. But with this mod kit, it just makes it so much better. And I'm just wondering why they don't just do that. Right? Why wouldn't they just do that? Like, anyway. But there you go. There you have it. Again, this is not a sponsored video. I'm just a little guy in my basement trying to share information because I really appreciate the info I get from all these high-end, really talented YouTubers that are like putting out gear. I just find that for me, when I watch these guys, there's a huge disconnect. Like, I don't associate myself on the same level as those guys. I don't have their equipment. I don't have their gear. I don't have their recording software. I don't have their modeling software. I don't have, like, it's, so sometimes when I watch these videos, I'm wondering, like, yeah, but if I buy this stuff, is it going to sound that way for me, like in my basement? Like, because I don't know. Anyway, I just think too much maybe sometimes, but for me, like, this is what you're getting. Okay, so you're getting this cheap pedal that anybody can buy, another cheap EQ pedal. I'm only testing it through a Fender Rumble that I modified. I just changed the speaker and ported the cab. If you guys can watch my other videos to see that, but for those of you who haven't seen it, so there you go. There's a little Jensen Mod 10 speaker in there. Or no, that's not the Mod 10. That's just an 8-inch speaker. So a Jensen 8-inch speaker in there, and I just got some ports just to get some air moving because guitar speakers need, I guess, a bit more air to circulate. That's why the cabs are usually open on guitar speakers. So I figured might as well do that. And it's just been a great little practice amp, and it just fits on my computer desk, and that's it. So so yeah, so there's nothing. And then, you know, I was using that. Can you see it there? Yeah, I was just using that guitar. So, you know, it's gear that anybody can have, and I'm not, you know, and if your gear is better, well, then everything should just sound better, right? And obviously, I'm not, you know, a fantastic guitar player by any means. So if you guys are pros, well then it's going to sound even better. So, but I just like sharing information because I just find it very valuable, and like I said, you guys help me out so much. So thanks for sticking with me for this. And so yeah, that was a Fromel Mod kit and just a basic mid 2000 Boss EQ pedal. This one's in like brand new condition. Picked it up for $100. The mod kits are like 24 bucks. You know, shipped to my door because of the Canadian exchange rate and all that stuff. Fromel's a company in the US. It probably came out to closer to probably 50 after taxes, exchange rate, shipping. But really on the website, it's like 24 or 26 bucks for the kit. So it's really, you know, not that bad. And if you have all the tools, like the proper, you know, soldering gun that you can set the temperature and like a solder sucker and all that stuff, you could do it yourself. You could do the mod yourself. But I wasn't set up for that. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. And you guys take care. God bless. And I'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye.